on Osrc News at 7. Ahead local government election, correspondent samples opinions of political elite on repercussion of voter apathy. ODSG cautions heads of public schools against unauthorized levy as new academic session begins. President Tinubu reiterates commitment to ending insecurity in Nigeria. And from the foreign scene, U.S. President Biden delivers final policy speech amid Gaza ceasefire talks. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on the news at 7 on Osrc television. My name is Oyewumi Ayinigbara. 13 political parties are set to compete for the local government elections coming up on Saturday, 18th January in Ondo State. Yet some residents seem to be ignorant of the exercise. Omoriola Ungbeji sampled opinions of elites and politically inclined citizens on this and its repercussion on the electoral process.
Few days to local government elections in Ondo State, some residents still seem to be ignorant of the exercise.
No, I'm not aware that there will be an election coming up on Saturday, local government election.
I'm not aware, seriously.
No usual signs of election campaign, especially in Akure, the state capital. Only few posters were sighted and over 90% of them bear the ruling party's logo. Yet, 13 political parties have expressed interest in the election, according to the umpire, Odiek. A renowned media expert, Akinwumi Abodunde, expressed concern over the situation, attributing it to lack of mobilization and awareness by political parties and orientation agencies in the country.
We are not very conscious. We claim to be very educated, but we are not very conscious of the importance of letting the people have a buy-in into governance. So the truth of the matter is that the political parties are not doing enough. The orientation agencies are not doing enough as well. Until these two bodies realize the importance of actually carrying the people along, we cannot have a true democracy and we cannot have true good governance.
To Mr. Adebisi Adeniyi, the indifferent attitude is as a result of how the third tier of government is being treated. He, however, encouraged citizens to come out and exercise their franchise, saying high voter turnout strengthens the legitimacy of elected officials and reduces the chances of election malpractice or manipulation.
I think people are just weary of how the whole thing is going. But at the same time, everybody just has to participate, because if we don't, we are not deepening the democracy. You see, a moment the federal structure is here, the state structure is here, and the local government is not strengthened. That is why we are having problem.
Also reacting, the former speaker, Ondo State House of Assembly, Kenneth Olawale, is of the view that the landslide wins of Governor Ayedatiwa in the last governorship election no doubt got the opposition scared, while saying the oppositions have already considered defeat even before the exercise. Mr. Olawale posited that local government is the closest tier of government that needs good and competent representatives who can address pressing issues.
It is very important that they show interest. You will see that the incoming election is going to show grassroots election, grassroots competition. It's not going to be a state competition now. It's grassroots. At the respective ward, each councillor will show their capacity. That yes, they are loved by the people.
They stressed the need for citizens to participate in the coming election for grassroots development, accountability, and good representation.
The people does not see the importance of local government election, and it's very, very important, very, very germane, because that is the fulcrum of governing the people. I think you understand. And you can easily go to the local government chairman and ask them for one thing or the other, but you might not have access to the governor. So they have access to the councillor, they have access to the local government chairman,
but they might not be able to reach the governor. So that is where the government starts. So it's very important that people must go out and vote. At least, irrespective of what the outcome is going to be, let them know that you have done your own. It is when one of the saying is that when good people don't come out, then the bad people will continue to prevail. Come out, do your own. When you do your own and do your voting, whatever the outcome is, at least you'll be on record. Yes, I have done my duty.
Preparations are on top gear by the Ondo State Independent Electoral Commission ahead the Saturday 18th January local government election to be held in all the 203 wards across the state. Omoriola Humbeji, Osrc News.
Still on the election, ahead of the local government election in Ondo State, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress APC, Aderosoye Fadola, has distributed cash and campaign materials to candidates of the party in the federal local government. Mr. Fadola said the gesture is part of its efforts to boost the electoral success of the APC in the council poll. Osrc's Saeed Arabisala has the detail.
As momentum builds ahead of the local government election in Ondo State, members of the All Progressives Congress APC in the Federal Council area are strategizing to ensure their party emerge victorious. For the poll, the APC has fielded 10 candidates for the position of councillors across the wards, as well as vice chairman and chairmanship flag bearer, with the campaign mantra of hope for the masses in the Federal Local Government 2025. One of the party stakeholders championing the cause for victory at the poll is Mr. Aderosoye Fadola, who is taking the support further with the distribution of cash and campaign materials to candidates. Coordinator of the Aderosoye Fadola team, Deji Akintayo, while distributing the items, said each of the councillorship candidates will get 100,000 naira, while the vice chairman and chairmanship candidate 200,000 and 300,000 naira.
Aderosoye Fadola Emmanuel just see it that you need to assist those people that are contesting. So one way or the other, by giving them cash and by do poster for them. And he has been doing that for long, not even now. Even December, he still give people cash, rice, and so many other things like that. The message of Dero to the people of Ifedore and the people that are contesting is that they should go out gently on Saturday and cast their vote. And the contestant people, they should even have it at the back of their mind that they are coming to serve the people of Ifedore.
Elders and executives of the All Progressives Congress APC in the Federal Council area lauded the donor for the gesture.
This is not the first time that he's doing this kind of thing, but it's this kind gestures that has been doing. December and the last 2 weeks, he was here giving out gift items to the party people, party members, party leaders. And this is not the first time he's doing it. And he's doing this today. He has not been appointed for any position. He has not been elected for any position. And he's doing this to encourage the party members and the party candidate and the party itself. That's why we are here.
Even though he has made his own contribution to the central pool, he's making his own contribution again, especially for the councillors and the chairman. We are sure of winning. We are sure of winning because we are fully prepared.
The beneficiaries noted that the cash and campaign materials will bolster the mobilization and awareness effort for the election.
Fadola is a good leader. He has been doing something of this nature. This is not the first time. He's a good man. And today we are here. We are very happy. And with this money given to us, I believe we could be able to do much. It will go far.
There's not any problem for all the 10 wards. From Idare Ward 1, Idare Ward 2, Ekamefa, Idara 1, Idara 2, Etogbembule, Iroyiba, Ibaruwa, Ibarukutu, Ishareniki. Those are the 10 wards we have in the federal.
The All Progressives Congress in the Federal Council area says nothing will be left to chance as they continue their campaign activities for the January 18 local government election. Sahid Arabisala, Osrc News.
President Bola Tinubu has called for stronger intra-African trade and collaboration for economic growth. Speaking during a meeting developed to an optimal level, President Tinubu, in its verified X handle, described his meeting with Kagame as meaningful. The president emphasized the importance of strengthening economic ties within Africa to drive the continent's growth. And the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuiga, has signed the Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the 2025 Hajj exercise. The minister was represented at the signing ceremony by the chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, Professor Deputy Minister of Hajj and Umrah Abdul Fattah Mashat, signed on behalf of Saudi Arabia. A statement by the Special Assistant on Media and Communications Strategy to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kazim Abdul Kadir, stated that preparations for the 2025 Hajj are underway, building on the previous agreements. According to the statement, this agreement outlined the responsibilities and expectations of both nations, ensuring that Nigerian pilgrims receive adequate services and support during the 2025 Hajj exercise. The National Assembly has lamented the poor remittances of revenues generated in 2024 by ministries, departments, and agencies of the federal government (MDAs) and some government-owned enterprises. State and House Representative Committees of Finance, Senator Sani Musa, at an interactive session on the MDA's revenue projection for 2025, explained that the National Assembly was not satisfied with the widening disparity between the substantial revenue accruals to the MDAs and their consistently low remittances to the Federation account. The committee chairman stated that this committee's mandate was to ensure transparency, accountability, and efficiency in the financial operations of the agencies. He said the committee would continue to scrutinize MDA's revenue projections, performance, and adherence to statutory remittance obligations. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, has said 3 major cancer facilities with equipment investment will be inaugurated by May. Time in Nigeria's history, 6 major cancer infrastructure and equipment investments were approved by President Bola Tinubu early last year, of which they are already underway, and 3 of them will be ready by May 2025 to be inaugurated. The minister noted that the government also flagged off 10 other major cancer diagnostic centers across the country 5 months ago. He explained that 201 tertiary facilities have had infrastructure upgrades and equipment, including the magnetic resonance imaging scan, computed tomography scans, and anesthesia equipment in the last 1 year. The Federal Ministry of Power is proposing to spend 8 billion naira to aid Nigerians on prompt payment of electricity bills in 2025. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, while defending the ministry's budgets before the National Assembly Joint Committee on Power, said the advocacy would be done through social, digital, and print mediums in order to reach all Nigerians. Adelabu explained that many Nigerians need orientation to realize that the power sector is a national asset that needs protection. He also identified the need to prevent power theft as another reason for the advocacy. The Nigerian Police Force has formally written to Amnesty International demanding an immediate retraction and public apology over a publication where it accused the Nigerian government of violation crackdown on End Bad Governance protests. The letter, signed by the former Public Relations Officer ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, described the publication as misleading and damaging to the reputation of the NPF. The controversial reports alleged human rights violations, police brutality, and excessive violence by the NPF during the August 2024 End Bad Governance protest. However, the force has categorically denied these allegations, describing them as baseless and lacking credible evidence. The NPF maintained that during the protest, it adhered to global best practices and used minimal force where necessary. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has declared the company of his administration to win the war against insecurity in the country. Tinubu stated this at the regimental dinner night in honor of the Armed Forces celebration and Remembrance Day in Abuja. Represented by the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, the President reiterated his readiness to equip the military with the necessary resources to stamp out all manner of security challenges across the country. Tinubu commended the resilience and professionalism exhibited by the military troops in the fight against insurgency, noting that those who paid the supreme price to keep the nation safe would never be forgotten. The President also pledged to prioritize the welfare and well-being of armed forces personnel, ensuring they have the necessary resources and support to carry out their constitutional duty effectively. President Tinubu also called for support, charging Nigerians to strengthen the bond of friendship and mutual respect that unite the nation. You're still watching Osrc News at 7 after the break. ODSG cautions heads of public schools against unauthorized levy as new academic session begins. Please do rejoin us then.
See this baby, why should they do younger like this?
As you see me so, I don't become 10x of the woman when I be before. Berekete 10x.
Make you enjoy 10 times your recharge, double data, and other betterment on top, voice calls, IG, TikTok, audio and video streaming, Zoom calls, and other better things them. Dial *301#.
You never finish, 1,000 naira welcome bonus for voice and data.
You mean all this thing for Berekete 10x?
Full enjoyment.
Is your line blocked? You can get your line unblocked free, fast and easy. Quickly go to any Glow World shop or SIM registration center near you and link your NIN to your Glow line right now. Got no NIN? Visit the nearest NIMC office, get an NIN and then link it to your Glow line. NIN registration is free, so reconnect with Glow today.
Thank you very much for joining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel Osrc TV Ondo. The Ondo State government has debunked claims in some quarters that additional levy has been introduced to public primary and secondary school in the state. Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Laolu Akindolire, during an interview, stated that nothing of such was approved by the government, adding that any school found wanting defaulters will be sanctioned. Joy Pius tells us more.
Following reports that public primary and secondary schools across Ondo State are collecting additional levies from pupils and students, the Ondo State government says it is unaware of such development. Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Laolu Akindolire, in an interview explained that no approval has been given for additional levy for students in both primary and secondary schools.
Ondo State government does not levy anybody. Ondo State education is tuition free. Nobody pays fees in any public school in Ondo State. And issues about levies always come from PTA, Parents Teachers Association, which is the representative body of the parents of all students in public schools. The requests come from them. We don't impose any fees, any levy on any school, except the approved collectibles.
The commissioner noted that the cloud-based education program for SS3 students in state public primary schools was the initiative of the Parent Teachers Association and the Ondo State chapter of the All Nigeria Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools. and corps, which is being monitored by government.
It's not a government levy. It's not a government fees. It is an arrangement by the Parents Teachers Association. Actually, they even requested for 4,000 naira. I pruned it out to 2,700. That if those consultants cannot take that 2,700, I cannot be part of it. The Parents Teachers Association, they are the ones who partnered with some consultants. They are not. It's not Ondo State government. The levies are not paid into Ondo State government account or Ministry of Education or any office or any of Ondo State government agencies, but paid to the Parents Teachers Association account, which is not a government account. And it's about, we approved it because we know it's going to bring improvement to the performance of our students in public examinations.
Akindolire maintained that state government is not unaware of the current economic situation in the country and would not back up any exploitative tendency that will further put pressure on parents.
In most cases, we prune whatever request they bring down in order to reduce hardship on the part of parents. We know things are hard, and also we don't want to be part of making things difficult for parents. My advice to school administrators is that they should double their game, up their game, and make sure they do things better. That is, that our students are giving the best. No compromise of standard whatsoever, and we are going to ensure this through stricter monitoring of school activities.
The commissioner insisted that the state government is committed to development of the education sector. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
The cost of bread in Nigeria has surged dramatically, raising concern among consumers and sellers alike. Recent reports from the National Bureau of Statistics reveal a significant price increase, prompting concerns about the public. Blessing Obey explores the factors contributing to this price hike. Her reports.
In many Nigerian households, bread is a cherished snack and a quick meal option. However, prices have soared over the past 12 to 24 months, with a loaf costing between 200 to 300 naira in 2021, now averaging 800 to 1,000 naira in 2025. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, the average price of sliced bread skyrocketed by 103.76% year-on-year, jumping from 760 naira in October 2023 to 1,550 naira in October 2024. This surge has raised alarm among consumers and sellers alike. An economist attributes the price increase to rising costs of essential goods, urging the government to intervene.
The market forces determines the price in the market. If there is an increase in the commodities, things will go up. It's just like fuel is an energy. It has multiplier effect on every sector in the economy. Fuel. It has multiplier effect on every sector in the economy. If the prices of petroleum can come down, I can assure you, prices of goods and services in this country will come down.
It's expensive because wheat is a temperate crop, so it's imported. So because it's imported and because of the exchange rate, so the price is increasing. But it's a confidence food, something you wake up and quickly take and go your way. That's why one cannot do without bread, because it's a fast food, it's convenient, and it's ready. But it doesn't have any special advantage over other foods. In fact, I would advise that people should start taking our local foods.
Bread seller Dupe Egumbi says escalating prices of flour and sugar are key factors behind the hike.
Kékeré tá ń tà ní bíi 200 tẹ́lẹ̀ báyìí 350. Ilé tá ń tà ní 500 tẹ́lẹ̀ báyìí 600. So bó ṣe rí nìyẹn kò díẹ̀ náà làwa náà tá bá wọn tà la bá wọn tà. Sugar tí wọ́n gbogbo nǹkan ló wọ́n. Tẹ́lẹ̀ báyìí tán bá ní kọ́mọdé lọ ra sugar wá kó fi mu gàrí. Oní 10 naira àti tó. Oní 10 naira yẹn báyìí only 50 naira. Kéde tó nǹkan kan sínú rẹ̀ rárá. So òróró gan ó ní kan fi lé òun lórí tẹ́ òróró yẹn báyìí ó lọ bí 100 ó lé 100,000 ó lé tí ò dẹ̀ yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn oníbírẹ̀dì yẹn wọ́n tẹ̀ ń try o ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ nǹkan téèyàn jẹ làwa náà ṣe rí ń tà díẹ̀díẹ̀.
Consumers echo these concerns, calling on the government to address the issue.
Increase in price of bread is just because of the flour, the increase in price of flour and the production cost. Our government should try and help us beat the prices of all these commodities down so that when the production cost comes down, then the price will also come down.
I could remember when they are selling bread of 15, starting from 15 naira, that is small bread. Gradually, from there the bread enter 100 naira, from 100 naira to 150. Just to cut it short, now the smallest bread now is 350 naira. So sometime in the month, I decided that I may not even eat bread more than once in a month because of the cost of the bread. So I believe that this government can shape all this problem that we are passing through.
Despite the rising cost, many Nigerians continue to choose bread as a convenient meal option. Blessing Ubi, Osrc News.
And now to the foreign scene. United States President Joe Biden has delivered a soaring speech defending his administration's foreign policy just days before President-elect Donald Trump is set to take office. He had pledged to re-establish U.S. leadership on the global stage, pursue a foreign policy centered on human rights and rally alliances. The Gaza ceasefire talks also featured in Joe Biden's final foreign policy speech as U.S. President. Omoshike Olokmode tells us more.
I come here to the State Department to report on to the American people on the progress we've made in the last 4 years.
Reflecting on his foreign policy legacy, U.S. President Joe Biden shared what he believes is one of his administration's greatest achievements of the last 4 years.
Our alliances are stronger than they've been in decades.
Biden points to NATO as an example of being more capable than ever, with 23 of its members now contributing 2% of their GDP on defense, up from just 9 back when Biden took office. Biden also argued as a result of his efforts, Russian President Vladimir Putin's efforts to weaken NATO and take over Ukraine have failed.
When Putin invaded Ukraine, he thought he'd conquer Kyiv in a matter of days. But the truth is, since that war began, I'm the only one that stood in the center of Kyiv, not him.
Biden also defended his decision to leave Afghanistan despite the chaotic sense that ushered in a new era of Taliban rule and ended in freedoms of millions of Afghans.
Ending the war was the right thing to do, and I believe history will reflect that.
Biden told our diplomats he believes despite competition, the U.S. will remain the world's superpower. He says China won't surpass the U.S. and sanctions have made advancing Iran weaker than it's been in decades. But despite worldwide criticism for his support for Israel's war in Gaza, Biden regards the ceasefire deal as his biggest foreign policy win.
We're on the brink of a proposal that I laid out in detail months ago, finally coming to fruition.